Africa must unite! Africa must unite! It's a very simple message to the world that this is not the time of Gaddafi. This is not the time of Thomas Sankara. This is not the time of Patrice Lumumba. This is not the time of my own leader, Osati for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. This is a different generation together. If that time the youth were sleeping because there was no media to inform them about whatever our good leaders are doing, today we have the media. We are not listening to BBC. We are not listening to the CIA. We are not listening to the CNN for them to come and give us fake news about good leaders in Africa. This time around we are not sleeping and we are telling them enough is enough. We are sending a warning to the African leaders. They should remember 1963 in Ethiopia, the capital city of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. Osati for the Kwame Nkrumah told them, if we live here as a leaders and we don't have the United States of Africa, our children are going to continue to suffer. Our generation are going to continue to suffer because they were not able to listen to Osati for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. We are suffering and seeing it today. But we are telling them that with the help of Captain IBRAHIM Traoore, with the stand of the youth of Africa, that when you touch Captain IBRAHIM Traoore, you touch the youth of Africa. When you touch Captain IBRAHIM Traoore, you touch the soil of Africa. We are not sleeping this time. I was so much disappointed when I see Donald Trump speaking to Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa. He's speaking to the president as his own biological son. And I said, how dare you, Donald Trump, to speak to an African leader? When you come to the land of Africa, you pick the natural resource of our land. Before we arrive, we come there to come and suffer in your own land because our African leaders were not able to take a decision on their own. When the man was sitting down, I was crying on my eye. Donald Trump is not older than Ramaphosa. That 72, 78, the rent is only what? 6 years. So can you speak to your own colleague president as your own political son? No. Because we keep on having puppets in the land of Africa as leaders. So that our leaders were not able to take a stand. If you cannot take the stand, Captain have come out that I will take the stand that you were not able to do. So just give me your support. And we are going to have the freedom of the continent. There is nothing now we need from them. We have the gold, we have the diamond, we have the oil, we have the uranium. Our youth are still dying on the Mediterranean Sea because of white-collar job. Our youth are still dying on the desert because they want to go and work in another man's land. Enough is enough. For the land of Africa, enough is enough. We must unite!
Without wasting my time, we have so many speakers today. We have protocol here we want to observe. We would like to call on AAPRP. Are they? AAPRP, the representative. AAPRP. Yeah. Honorable Ade, yes.
When Thomas Sankara started the revolution, he started with a message which the imperialists hated so much. The message was in French. So he always goes like, Les impérialistes. Then, okay, my people are here, so just follow them for me. Les impérialistes. Les impérialistes. Les impérialistes. La révolution. So when Thomas Sankara said, Les impérialistes, it means the imperialists. Then the people always respond, I'm back. So it means that the imperialists should go down. And he will shout and said, the revolution, which is la révolution, then the people will shout, en haut, which means that the revolution should go up. The imperialists should go down. So, les impérialistes, la révolution, la révolution. So, he always ends his speech with La patrie ou la mort. And then the people will respond, nous vaincrons. It means that homeland or death, we will conquer. So if I say la patrie ou la mort, you shout, nous vaincrons. La patrie ou la mort? Nous vaincrons. La patrie ou la mort? Nous vaincrons. Yes, so this is the message that imperialists hated so much to the level where they have to take the man down. And today, it is not a surprising thing that this message is alive today in the mind of everybody and on the lips of everybody. which means that if you take one man down, you are going to have 1,000 people rising up, speaking the same message. The message that they stopped, the message because of which Gaddafi was murdered through the CIA, Obama, United States, with collaboration with African Union and co. This same message is alive today, telling them that Africa is for Africans. The resources of Africa is for Africans. It does not belong to the United States. It does not belong to France. It belongs to Africa. And our leaders, since they have become so afraid of dying for the people, Ibrahim Traore now put his life in the line, standing for his people. And we are ready to stand by Ibrahim Traore. We are ready to stand by the revolution. We are standing by the revolution. And let me put this on record. Let me put this on record. What is happening in Burkina Faso to all media houses, together with the traditional media house, the Western imperial media houses, we are saying that what is happening in Burkina Faso is not coup d'etat, it's revolution. What is happening in Burkina Faso is not coup d'etat, it's liberation. It's leadership for the people and by the people. What African Union failed to do for the past so many years, one man, Captain Ibrahim Traore, was able to do that. By uniting Africa without calling meeting with anybody. We never had any conference. We never met in any conference room, but all of us, we are here today. Last time we did a protest, was it 28? 30th, right? Yes. Nobody, Captain Ibrahim Traore did not call for that protest, but we saw BBC posting it and putting it in their article that Ibrahim Traore systematically organized that protest, which is a lie. We are telling them that it is the time, the season, the movement that called for the protest. At the same time, it is the time, the season, and the movement which is putting on this gathering. This gathering you are seeing here, as somebody says, it's not a contract. Nobody contracted us. We came on our own because we understand what is happening in the Sahel. What is happening in the Sahel is the rebirth of Africa. And African youth, we cannot allow it to go down. Because at the end of the day, if the revolution in the Sahel goes down, Africa will never rise again. They will make sure that the place is completely destroyed, like what is happening in Congo. If ECOWAS and African Union, they have something to do when it comes to liberation of Africa, they should not channel their energy towards, Ibrahim Traore, the Sahel. They should channel their energy towards Sudan. They should channel their energy towards Togo. They should channel their energy towards Congo. That is where the people need true liberation. The Burkinabe people, the Sahel people, they are already awakened. So African Union and ECOWAS, do your homework because the youth are not with you. Respect.
That's it.
May I invite Comrade Kuruma, Sekun Kuruma. Please, we need your presence. Black coffee, please stand by. Chaboy! Yeah. Chaboy! Yeah. Africa, say yay! Yeah. Africa, say yay! Africa! Chaboy! Yeah. Okay. So my name is Nitete. I'm representing the All African People's Revolutionary Party. This is Kwame Nkrumah's own party. Yes. It is the party that we need in our current political dynamics. All right? It's a party that we need in our current dynamics. If you see in front of my shirt, I have Jeune Liberation Africaine. I was in Burkina Faso 2 years ago on a day like this, the 25th of May. To organize with the Burkinabe people on the Day of African Freedom and Emancipation. So we have been on the grounds and we know what is going on, and we say that this is Africa's type. And so the AAPRP, which is a mass-based political organization, anti-imperialist, anti-capitalist, all right, is here. Is here to lend support to Ibrahim Traore and the Sahel state, all right? Where we are now, it is time for Africa to take back its resources. Because Nkrumah says that Africa can no longer trust in anybody than itself and its resources. All right? So the gold, the diamond, and all of those resources that are due to us must come to us. We must own it, we must control it as a people. All right? We only get 3% in gold reserves in Ghana here. The oil is only 13%. The 87% is going to those big corporations outside. This is what is trying to avoid. And America, France, says they don't want to accept that. But it's a lie, because we are here to support Traore in full support. There is a research that France, without its West African economies, will be less than a third world country. And yes, so we say, long live African freedom and emancipation. Forward to socialism. Thank you. If Captain IBRAHIM Traore is kicking the French out, history is just repeating itself. So the right to self-determination must be respected. Yes. Without saying much words, I would like to introduce Ernesto Yeboah. He is the Commander-in-Chief of Economic Fighters League, the organization behind this particular work, CIC.
Well, first of all, I want to say a big thank you to all of us. The person is down in our mercy. As I says, a revolution, a young revolution. Yes, I say, I'm not pano. As I want the young, as I am Coqua, Omeja, and your mona, if you're Monchain. And so the Sabri, I can say, Yen and I and him say, Abromuso. The message has been sent loud and clear. Ebakoso na yada the Ghana traditional authorities say, for a day like this, say a yamrea, you say ban on noise making, and we can only be respectful of our traditional rules. Because behind our rules, there is some wisdom behind it. It is what brings Africa together. And so we cannot disrespect our traditions, we cannot disrespect our customs. And so we want to say a very big thank you to the Ghana people, the Ghana leadership, the chiefs, that in spite of their ban on noise making, they have affirmed that today's event, today's program, today's protest is not noise. Because when we define noise, it can only be defined as senseless noise. Sound that doesn't make sense. But the Ghana Traditional Authority, by allowing this gathering and this procession, have affirmed that calling imperialism hands off Africa is not noise. Go! Choboy! 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 All of you are here on your own accord. Nobody paid for your transport. Nobody induced you with a t-shirt, food, as some neo-colonialists have turned our societies into. So that every time you see gatherings like this, you can be sure that it is a contracted crowd. But I say here and now that this is not a contracted crowd. No. You are here on your own steam. Yes. You are here on your own vulnerability. Yes. You are here on your own. We also want to thank the state, because as much as possible, everybody who knows the analysis of where Ghana stands, be we a state that is still reeling under neo-colonialism or not, we all know. And so it must have taken the state a lot to have allowed this gathering. Yes. And the symbolism. We started off at the African Unity Monument. That is significant. And by this we are telling a story. I can see Burkina Faso is here.
Yes.
In fact, let me put it a better way. I can see Africans who live or have a tradition with the land of Burkina Faso here.
Yes. Revolutionaries.
I can see comrades who have a link with the province of Kenya here. I can see Nigeria here.
Yes.
I can see Sudan.
Yes.
This is a country in full-blown war. But when it came to hands of Africa, Sudan made a representation and they are here.
Pan-African revolution.
We want to thank all of you. This is your revolution. We have over 54 Pan-African organizations, as you can see on the banners, coming together to tear down imperialism. Sending home that simple message that they may have their atomic weapons, they may have their nuclear weapons, but when it comes to us and Africa, we are ready to tear them down with our bare hands. And that no French citizen, no American citizen is safe. Donald Trump may drop the bombs. Donald Trump and Macron can drop the atomic bombs and weapons. But they should be rest assured that there shall be mutual assured destruction.
Fire!
We shall make sure that none of their citizens feel safe
Fire!
on any soil that is called Africa.
Fire! Fire!
Joe Biden! Joe Biden! Joe Biden! This time! This time! This time! This time! And so, we started, like I said, from the Africa Unity Monument, and we have made our destination here to the Black Star Square. This is what our ancestors, Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah, Marcus Garvey, and all expected us to become.
Yes.
That we become the Black Star. That's right. And so as we stand here at the Black Star Square, we are sending a simple message to imperialism. Right. That this time, no way. This time, no way. This time, no way.